Hi guys, and welcome to another Tech Saturday with Eric and Keith. Today we're going to be taking a look at Eric's new drone that he got for Christmas, the Mavic Air. Here it is right here. Got it in black. The size is pretty small in my hand. We'll talk about that in a minute. Alright guys, stick around for that, and we're going to do like a little review and stuff like that, take it up, show you some footage. And we're also going to tell you why we think the Mavic Air is probably the sweet spot that DJI line. Alright guys, let's get to it. Roll that intro. Alright, before we get this up in the air, let's maybe talk about some of the features and stuff real fast. We're not going to go super techy, super geeky on you here, so I mean if you want to know the full specs and stuff, simply just go to DJI's website and check it out. But we'll just talk about some of the things that we like about this thing and some of the reasons why Eric went with the Mavic Air. As I alluded to in the beginning, size. Look at this thing. It's like the size of my head, basically. Size is like very important, especially if you're traveling with the drone. You want to, something small, something like your drone. Yeah, the Phantom 4 is huge. I mean, if you want to, you couldn't just throw that in your backpack and go. You got that huge gray box to lug around everywhere. It's kind of inconvenient. Right, and so also, I like the fact that it shoots in up 4K, up to 4K 30 frames a second. Or we could do like 1080p up to 120 frames a second, so super sweet slow-mo action. I know, get some sweet slow-mo. It also has active obstacle avoidance, which means like you can fly it, at something and it'll actively like fly over it. We're gonna test that out today, see if that works. Also, the controller, it looks similar to the Spark controller, but as you can see, there's no like controller sticks on it right now. They kind of tuck in here to travel easier, so you can stick it in a bag or something like that without having to worry about breaking one of those off. Okay, so one other feature that's kind of cool that with these batteries on these drones, you don't know, maybe if you got it all the way seated, you can see here on the side where the battery clip is, you can see it's all black, but if you look on this side, you can see like a little red sliver right there. That tells you that the battery is not all the way locked in, and you just kind of push the battery up and in a little bit, and so it's all the way snapped in, so you know that your battery's not gonna fall out mid-flight or something like that. That's good for peace of mind, right? I'd say like the only one downside that we found so far is the memory card location is on the back of the drone right here, and you gotta like pull this little door down, and then like you can see kind of the memory card in there right there. But the thing is, it is such a tiny little slot that it's hard to get in there and get the memory card out or in, really. Right? Even with tiny fingers, we had to like use a pen cap to get the thing out last time because it's like such a tiny little area. What are you doing, DJI? Come on now. It should be right flush with it or something. But I know. That's the one annoying thing that we found out about the drone so far. It's a minor detail. It's nothing. But for the most part, we love this thing. So what do you say we head outside and get this thing up in the air? Sounds like a plan. Okay. So you see we have 16 GPS satellites. We're ready to go. You can see the normal mode. We have quick shot. We have active track, smart capture, the tripod mode, which is kind of cool, where you can like take pictures with your drone. Cinematic mode, which is, it slows down the drone's movement, so it gives more fluid video. Tap to fly, which is if you want to fly with your phone, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. And you can fly around points of interest on this last one. Let's get this up in the air and see what we can do. Okay guys, so as you saw, he kind of got some sweet B-roll of slowly flying, going around the drone. I was just letting it hover, and we kind of currently have it hovering. I turned it into cinematic mode, so we're going to try that out. How does it feel in the air? Does it feel pretty solid in the air? It's very nimble. I don't like, this is only the second time ever flying a drone, and I have no worries that I could control it. I mean, it's not super windy out here, but it is a little windy, and the thing is staying pretty solid in the sky. Yeah, I mean, it's for a small drone like this. So we're kind of flying over to the pond now, do like a sweet little pay-in shot. Okay, so it feels pretty steady in our hand. So there's Lauren, by the way. Hi, Lauren. We're going to do like a slow pay-in. We're right above our us now.
Okay, then I think we'll just go ahead and, since we're facing back by the pond, we'll go ahead and fly back that way. And again, it's pretty windy out here today, but I don't feel not in control. I feel totally in control of this. Okay, you can kind of see it looks a little epic as we're approaching the pond. You can go down just a little bit. Down to about 100 feet. Fly towards it. So you can kind of get the idea of what this feels like. So we're gonna go ahead and bring it back now and try out that obstacle avoidance.
All right, we're gonna check out the crash avoidance. And what do we use? Eric's car. Okay, and as you can tell, the crash avoidance is working well. We can't even fly this. See, the car is right here. We can't fly close to it, but we get up a little bit higher and we fly right over it. So I would call that a win for crash avoidance. You know, you can't get, I don't know, that was like maybe 4 feet or 5 feet away from the car, something like that, and it wouldn't let us go closer. That was pretty good. So crash avoidance works well on this thing. How much video time do we get? Because we recorded 4K video that almost the entire time, and that was what about the flight time?
It was about 10 minutes of actual video. We probably could have got a little bit longer if I would have actually hit the record button on the way over to the pond. Failed.
Well, that's okay, but you know, so just so you know, like if you're actually recording video for that long, you're going to get a little bit less flight time out of your drone, even though it says 20 minutes or
21 minutes. I'd say probably a good solid 15 with recording 4K video.
Right. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, let's go back in and wrap this up. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that footage that we just showed you right there. I think the camera on this thing is really good. Honestly, like the 4K looks really nice on it. You know, we'd have to do the side-by-side comparison of the Phantom to see like maybe what the differences are there as far as the image quality and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know. This is a really good drone. A couple other points that I wanted to point out. With the controller, you have this where you put your phone in this little slot at the bottom. If you have a case on your phone, you probably need to take the phone out of the case. Also, you saw the active avoidance. We didn't quite get the when it actually worked one, but dang, battery died. I know. We'll have more batteries to come. I've already got another one on order, but it didn't work in cinematic mode, but it did stop the drone. It did stop. So there you still have crash avoidance. It's just not like where it will fly over the obstacle in cinematic. In certain modes, probably in other modes too, right? I would imagine. Because it only pops up on the screen when you're not in that special mode. You can push the button. All right, guys. So in future videos, like I said, we're gonna do we'll probably compare the Phantom, Air, and maybe we'll throw in the Spark too. Yeah, just to get the drones that we have and compare them and see what the video quality looks like and stuff like that. So that'll be a future video for you. But we do think this is kind of like the sweet spot really for the DJI lineup. The Airs, particularly the 4K video, 30 frames per second, that's awesome. The 3-axis gimbal, you can't get that on the Spark. It's only on the Air and above, I think. Yep. Plus it also has extra avoidance, so it has front, back, and bottom avoidance. Right, and the Spark only has the front avoidance. So, you know, a little bit safer. You know, that's particularly something I look for, especially if you're not comfortable with the drones, you know? Yeah. You want to make sure you have as much crash avoidance as you can. Now obviously, like the Phantom lighting and stuff like that it's like, you know, almost all the way around except for like the top has crash avoidance, and that's the one that I have. But you know what? At like less than half of the cost, or almost half the cost for this one, and it's portable, right? And it does 4K. I mean, the feature set speaks for itself. Honestly, it does. And you know, so like if you want a nice travel drone, if you want like to do these YouTube videos with a drone, that'd be an awesome one, because you can just pop it in the car and go, versus carry this big gray case around and stuff like that. I mean, for a beginner, if you really aren't sure if you're going to be into the drone thing, like if you use a lot, maybe the Spark is a good value proposition, because it's what, $400? $400 for like, I think the base model. So that's like as of early 2019. Yeah. So I mean, you probably can find deals, but like for us, basically, I don't want anything that's too huge to travel with. You know, I want something that I can throw up in the air wherever and not have people like staring at me like, what the heck, that's huge. And, you know, like that's why we went with the Mavic Air. Definitely feature set and price for making these YouTube videos and whatnot, it's right in the sweet spot, I think. And so you have an affiliate link, we'll leave that down below. If you are interested in checking out any DJI drones, check it out. If you want to get out there, I'll see if we have any special offers or anything. I'll drop that link down there. If there's like any 10% off or sale offers or anything too, I'll try and drop that link below. Save you guys some money. All right, guys, well, drop a like on this video for us. Comment down below. Let us know like if you thought about a drone or what you thought. Which one would you go for? And don't forget, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And also, it really helps us out if you share these videos with your friends. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks for another Tech Saturday. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Peace and love.